Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Tazaya Amar of GMS Valdosta, Georgia, coming out with another weekly lesson. And I pray that it be edifying as well as informative. But first, we want to give all praises and glorifications to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekakadas. Double honors to our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the true knowledge of these scriptures. I want to say shalom in a heart to all the Aquans and Aquas that are striving and thriving in this same 100% true doctrine. Shalom. Today's lesson is based upon a title I just recently came up with. Judgment is nigh. And what inspired me to do this lesson about judgment is the things that are pretty much occurring in these current events that's around the world today. Mainly is that the situation in Mississippi, with the Jake Nolan Wells. And what's really is nagging at me about this situation is the lack of empathy for the family, the lack of investigations, the lack of concern. Just it's just as if everything is stagnant. Hey, just another nigga, just another dead nigga. What was they saying they used to have in during Jim Crow? The only good nigga is a dead nigga. I see this playing out, in just about a response that the family is getting from these so-called investigators, such as the sheriff department, even the governor. He done chimed in, and he pretty much want the investigation to come to a halt. He don't want nobody to investigate it, pretty much. Yeah, he's telling Ben Crump and Mr. Sharpton, hey, you get out of Dodge. We don't need you here. It's, they want that good old boy code to be be the law of the land. And speaking of code, it's amazing how all these people, without any communications, they immediately get on code. Firstly, with the sheriff, without any investigation, he already had ruled the death of Nolan Wells as, no foul play found, or no foul play involved, however you want to word it, immediately. Then the coroner, she pretty much substantiate the fact that it was no foul play, even with evidence that there was some kind of blunt trauma to his head. I'm sure she had to see the same thing this other doctor saw. I'm sure she had to see it. But like I say, it's amazing how everybody got on code. The Marine Patrol, the sheriff, the coroner, the DA, including the governor. Everybody on code. And this what pretty much inspired me to title this lesson, Judgment is Nigh. Because these devils really think they're going to get away with it. They so used to the good old boy system working into their favor until hey, they trust in it. They believe in it. And with that being said, my first scripture is going to be the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, starting at verse 3. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's the attitude these devils got. They got that smirk on their face, whenever they are in front of the camera. They got that proudful look as to say, you know, what if it wasn't foul play? What can you do about it? It's just that nonchalant presence that they exuberate, as if they don't give a damn one way or the other. They don't. Matter of fact, if you find out it's foul play, you know, what can you do about it? And that's the arrogance and the deceitful pride that these people got, not knowing that the Most High got a record book. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai they got a record book that's flawless, that pristine, you know, uh, can't be can't be debunked. And they got it. Hey, they got everything noted and documented to the letter. So you're not going to get away with anything. Thus said the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, hey, you flying high now. This is your kingdom. So you flying high now. And though thou set that nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Most High Yahweh. There was a song that used to say, oh Lord, no matter how high I get, please bring me down. In this case, you ain't going to have to worry. The Lord is going to bring you down. And he's going to bring you down to such a low estate until basically you're going to be trodden underfoot. Just like you used to put a foot in our ass, those days are going to return right unto you. Yes, sir. Thus said the Most High Yahweh Bashem Shai. And with that being said, I'm going to run on to the book of Habakkuk. The mighty prophet Habakkuk got something to say too. Habakkuk chapter 2, starting at verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. What did Habakkuk say? He said, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. But the just shall live by his faith. When he's talking about his soul is lifted up, is not upright in him, who can that be applied to? Esau, so-called white man. He's heartless. He's soulless. Look at the way they're handling this young man's demise. And as everybody bring out, which I know it's a cliche, but hey, the truth, the cliche can be the truth. If these roles were reversed, somebody else would be in jail. Trust me. If the role was reversed, somebody else would be in jail. Malachi chapter 4, starting at verse 1. There's a judgment, there's an expiration date. We often bring out the fact that, hey, Esau, Edom, you got an expiration date, so called white man. You like a carton of milk. You got an expiration date. Malachi 4 and 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, fuel for the fire. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Most High Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. You ain't gonna have nothing that you can build on. This place is gonna be burnt to a crisp. It's gonna be in such a bad array that it ain't gonna be fit for human habitation. Imagine that. It ain't gonna even be fit for human habitation. That's how distort and how angry the Most High is with this place and the things that been going on here. He has a disdain for this place to the point where it's just going to be a spot on the globe, a desolate spot, destroyed to the point where you ain't going to know one state from another. You ain't going to know where Florida began at. You ain't going to know where Georgia began. You ain't going to know where Louisiana, all the way up, all across the so-called America is going to be. It's going to be. You ain't gonna be able to determine what is what. It's just gonna be one mass of destruction without no boundaries, just from one end of the earth to the other one. Thus said the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. And this is a message to a lot of jakes that still want to think that Esau is his friend, that the so-called white man, white boy, is somehow gonna just accept you as his equal. He'll never do that. Never, ever, ever will he accept you as his equal. He despises your mere presence. And he has such a perpetual hatred for you that he can hide it with a smile on his face. Now tell me how devious that is. Pat you on your back, smile in your face, give you all kinds of types of accolades to your face, and behind closed doors, he imagines how he can murder you, how he can get you off the face of the planet. That's how much hatred he has for you. Imagine that. So much hatred, you can hide it with a smile. Tell me that ain't the devil that the Bible's speaking of. Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. And we often bring out the fact that this place is, everything is polluted. The water polluted. The air polluted. The food polluted. The society is polluted. From top officials all the way to the dog catcher. Polluted. But a lot of our people want to stay here. They want to prosper here. Not knowing that this place is like the Titanic. It's sinking. And they holding on to it with a death grip. Holding on to a sinking ship with a death grip. What sense do that make? And with that being said, let me move on to the book of Proverbs, chapter 10. Proverbs chapter 10, and we'll start at verse 7. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. You know, these wicked ass people, you're going to be uh, a mystery in the day of the Lord judgment. You know, the kingdom is relieved of this wicked kingdom that is in now. When the righteous kingdom is placed upon this place, you're gonna be a name that's just uh, vulnerable just to even mention for all the wicked and all the atrocities that you have permitted on the peoples of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Avashai, the Israelites. Man, you got a hell of a price to pay. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes for nothing. The price you got to pay. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. And this for a lot of you jakes that just can't let go. You love yourself some master. You love yourself some Mr. Charlie. You love him so until you'll do anything to be accepted by him. You love him so much you'll hang so close to him so that when he break wind, you know what he ate. That's right. Some of you make Stephen on Django. Some of y'all make him look like an activist. That's how much y'all love yourself some white folks. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So all you people that want to, you jakes especially, that want to continue to hold hands with Esau, like I said, hey, if you want to go down with that sinking ship, by all means, be my guest. Be my guest. But don't let it be said that nobody told you. Don't let it be said that nobody told you. The devil is deceitful. And he's going to take down as many as he can with him. So hold on to him if you want to. Ride that white horse to death. To hell. To hell, as James Brown said in King Herod. Ride Esau to hell. To hell. Revelation 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquity. You remember that book I told you that the Most High Yahweh Shemaiah got? That flawless record book that has everything documented to the T, to the letter? Okay, here it is. Revelation 18, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heavens, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities. If the Most High has remembered her iniquities, how can we forget? Why should we forget that these people are our enemies, whether you want to believe it or not? Thus said the Most High Yahweh by Shem Shai. And with that being said, I'm going to close out by giving all praises and glorification to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rikakadash. Double honors to our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the true knowledge of these scriptures. I want to say Shalom and Ahar to all the Aquas and Aqua that are striving and thriving in this same 100% true doctrine. Shalom.